Whoa. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, wow. This was embarrassing. This was flat out embarrassing from the Dolphins. Week 1 against the Indianapolis Colts, the game where you should be able to win, you get embarrassed. You flat out get embarrassed in Indianapolis, and we still can't find a way to beat the Colts. You lost 33-8. Oh my word. 33-8. Indianapolis Dolphins lose 33-8 to the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. The good news is, I will say this, right, and I'm not going to make any excuses. The good news is that it's only week 1. The bad news is you got just obliterated. You got destroyed. Okay? You got absolutely embarrassed. The Dolphins were embarrassed by a quarterback who all of a sudden became fucking Peyton Manning after losing so many years in New York. We had 1 or 2 good seasons. But in his Colts debut, he threw for a couple of touchdowns. 1 touchdown pass, yes, but he has a couple of rushing touchdowns, so that makes at least 3 touchdowns. Holy hell, this defense was a no-show. This defense was a no-show. Literally every a second. Yes, every freaking possession of the Colts led to a score. Every possession led to a score. The one time they forced the Colts to punt the football, they had a penalty running into the kicker. The one time we finally got the Colts off the field and then forced the punt. And it's running into the kicker. My God, man. This might be the worst week 1 loss I've seen since 2019. Here's the kicker. It's a week 1 win for the Colts. You know what's the last time they won a game in week 1? I go back 12 years ago, 2013 season, when Andrew Luck was their quarterback. T.Y. Hilton was the wide receiver. You let that happen. This Miami defense. Tua. I know some people want to hear me say things about Tua. He was horrendous in week 1. I'm not going to make it's week 1 excuse. I'm not doing that this time, okay? I am not going to do that this time. It's week 1. Yeah. But it's year 4 under Mike McDaniel. He came out with the sunglasses, with his rich fucking thing, and looked uninspired. He just looked uninspired, not confident at all. When are we going to start talking about the fact that Mike McDaniel might not be the answer after all? Are we going to finally say things like he should be fired or anything like that? I think we're finally going to reach that point. And it's only week 1. This is the loss that should have never happened. Our defense was shit. In the preview, I was excited for the pass rush. The pass rush didn't do fucking shit this game. And our cornerbacks, what did I say in the preview? The cornerbacks are not good. We don't have a backup plan with the cornerbacks. We don't. And now Storm Duck is out. Daniel Jones, who is not that much of a great quarterback, he threw the football at the right direction where the receivers would be left wide open because our cornerback situation would be left exposed. This is what I was afraid of. And it happens again and again and again. You wonder why all possessions from the Colts led to a point scored. They did not punt the football at all. Actually, scratch that. Yes, they did. But that was nullified for running in the kicker. We did not stop the Colts once. And the one time we did, we committed a penalty. It is a joke. It is embarrassing, humiliating to watch. The good news is it's week 1. The bad news is you got obliterated. It's a blowout loss. And it's week 1. If they don't figure something else, this team is in a whole lot more trouble than I thought. I still have them going to 8-9, but boy, this was a rough one. Tua was horrible. Okay, he was horrible in this game. He was 14-23. He has one touchdown pass, right? That was with Devon Achane. Okay, that was the only time they scored. That was in the fourth quarter. And then they committed a 2-point conversion with Julian Hill. But by the way, we don't have a fucking tight end. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Yeah, Tua was awful. 3 turnovers, Tua. 3 turnovers! And some of them were sacks, right? Sack that led to a fumble. And the times where he had protection, Tua gets picked off. He got picked off twice in this game. The first possession of the Dolphins was an interception. It was overthrown. Okay? That ball hanged, it overthrown, and it was picked off. And what the fuck was that selling? Okay. The guy who picked off, I forgot his name. Now I have to fucking go up there. Brynum, right? He picks off Tua, goes back to the end zone, lays flat on his back, and what the? He's like launching his body up in the as he's on the end zone. What the fuck was that, Selly? That's crazy. Are you intimidating the concussion thing? What is this? You lean your back and you're just like going. It's like what the fuck is that? What in the hell is that, Selly? And people enjoy this? Seriously? My God, man, it's oh my gosh, such an abomination. The next possession for the Dolphins, like I said, was a fumble by Moore. And you want to know? Do you want to know who got that fumble? Xavier Howard, a former Dolphin who was not signed by any team until a week or 2 before the kickoff season. Fumbled and recovered by Howard against Tua. Great! That's the type of quarterback that we needed. We let him go because he was shit in 2022 or 2023. We let him go, and look what happened. Good freaking job, Grier. Oh, I see a lot of fans, including myself. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. A lot of fans were really upset how this game turned out with the way the front office handled things. Here's my point I'm trying to make. I gotta go find it now. Today, Barry Jackson said this from FLA Sports Buzz. On August 4th, Dolphins secondary coach Brian Duker, parentheses, a nice fella, told me that we, parentheses, media, were more worried about the secondary than they were, period. Brian Duker said that they, the media, were more worried about the secondary than they were. Where did they get that from? There you go. That's where he got it from. It's a recurring problem. Nightmare recurring all over again. Greer said, "We're more worried about the O-line than they are. Look how that turned out. They're worried. They're more worried. Oh my goodness, I can't even fucking speak. We're more worried about the secondary than they are. Look how that turned out." Oh my gosh, it's just horrible. Our offense didn't do anything at all. Actually, they did. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion, yay! But Pittman with a 27-yarder, completely exposing the rights, completely obliterating Storm Duck. Daniel Jones with a 1-yard rush, a couple of field goals, another touchdown by Daniel Jones for a 1-yard rush. Embarrassing, dude. Absolutely embarrassing. Like, how do you suck this badly to give up 33 points? Simple. Our defense was not good. Our edge guard was getting destroyed by Jonathan Taylor. Our secondary did much worse than we thought. Much worse. Let's just say this. To give you an analogy, if Daniel Jones can expose the Dolphins secondary, imagine what an elite quarterback like Josh Allen, for example. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Baker Mayfield, and just to name a couple more. Imagine what they can do to the Dolphins secondary. If Daniel Jones can do it, imagine what those quarterbacks can do. I'm not even exaggerating. Okay? I am not exaggerating that this might be a really bad season for the Dolphins. It's going to be a horrible season for the Dolphins if nothing gets resolved. Mike McDaniel needs to chin up. I shouldn't say chin up. He needs to grow a pair, get serious to the guys in the locker room, and he should tell the folks that he's going to hold himself accountable for those decisions that he made and worry about the team more than his looks. Like I said, if they don't make the playoffs, Greer is gone. And I'm going to follow up by saying McDaniel's gone too. And Frank Smith. And maybe even Anthony Weaver. Something has to change relatively soon. Okay? Like I said, I know it's week 1, but it's also year 4. And I'm even going to go on and say this is year fucking 10 for Greer. Let me just look this up real quick. Now I completely forgot. He's been in this organization for so long. This general manager. 2016. So yeah, this is season 10, year 9. Actually, yeah, year 10. Year 10 of this person in a general managing. Oh, this is week 1. Yeah, well, it's year 4 for Mike McDaniel, and it's year 10 for Greer. How many times do we have to revisit this conversation? I said all this in the preview. And all this is being exposed in week 1. With little to no upgrades. That's my problem. I'm going to leave it at that. Next week is against the Patriots. Right now they are, I think, just lost. They lost to the Raiders at Gillette Stadium. So they're also going to come into this game 0-1. So we got the Patriots. I still think the Dolphins can beat the Patriots at home. If they can't, then you can pretty much say the season's pretty much set. We can pretty much get the idea of what the season's going to be about. Kudos to Indianapolis Colts. They came out inspired. Peyton Manning inducting I believe it was. I forgot who it was. Now I feel like a piece of shit. I feel like a piece of shit because somebody from the Colts passed away. I'm gonna have to search this up. I feel like a piece of shit. Jim Irsay. There we go. I feel like a piece of shit. They did it for Jim Irsay for the Colts. I guess that's one way of why they're inspired. So, kudos to the Colts, man. GG, you earned it. The Dolphins didn't earn anything. All right, I'm done talking about this. No crash outs yet. Trust me, they might. But yeah, man, I'm done talking about this game. Everybody have a great rest of the day. Everybody get rest of the day.